What if someone asked you to summarize everything you believe about right and wrong in just 2 sentences? Sounds impossible, right? Yet 2,000 years ago, a carpenter from Nazareth did exactly that, and his answer changed the world forever. Picture Jerusalem in the 1st century. The temple courts buzz with activity as religious scholars debate hundreds of laws governing every aspect of daily life. These aren't simple guidelines. The Jewish law, or Torah, contains 613 commandments covering everything from what to eat to how to treat your neighbor. Religious leaders spend lifetimes studying these intricate rules, arguing over their meanings and applications. The Pharisees and scribes pride themselves on their knowledge of these laws. They built elaborate systems of interpretation, creating additional rules to ensure no one accidentally breaks God's commands. To them, righteousness means perfect adherence to this complex legal framework. They view themselves as the gatekeepers of spiritual truth, but Jesus of Nazareth has been turning their world upside down. His teachings cut through their complicated systems like a sword through fabric. He speaks with authority that doesn't come from formal rabbinical training. He heals on the Sabbath, eats with tax collectors, and challenges their interpretations at every turn. The religious leaders see an opportunity to trap him. If they can get Jesus to stumble over the law, they can discredit him before the people. So they approach with what seems like an innocent question, but it's actually a carefully laid snare. A lawyer, an expert in religious law, steps forward. The crowd grows quiet. Everyone knows this isn't a casual conversation. It's a test, and everyone's watching to see how Jesus will respond. "Teacher," the lawyer asks, his voice carrying across the courtyard, "which is the great commandment in the law?" It's a brilliant trap, or so they think. How can anyone choose just one commandment from 613? Whatever Jesus picks, they can argue he's diminishing the importance of all the others. If he refuses to answer, they can claim he doesn't understand the law. But Jesus doesn't hesitate. His response cuts through centuries of religious complexity with stunning clarity. "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind," Jesus declares, quoting from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. This is the great and first commandment. The crowd stirs. Every Jewish person knows these words. They're part of the Shema, the central prayer of Judaism, recited twice daily by faithful Jews. But Jesus isn't finished. "And a second is like it, you shall love your neighbor as yourself," he continues, drawing from Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. The silence is deafening. In 2 simple statements, Jesus has done something extraordinary. He hasn't dismissed the law or declared it irrelevant. Instead, he's revealed its heart and soul. Every commandment, every rule, every regulation flows from these 2 fundamental principles: love for God and love for neighbor. Think about it. If you truly love God with everything you are, you won't worship idols or take his name in vain. If you genuinely love your neighbor as yourself, you won't steal from them, lie about them, or covet what they have. Love becomes the lens through which all other commands make perfect sense. This isn't just theological theory. Jesus is offering a completely different way of living. Instead of following rules out of fear or obligation, he's inviting people to follow them out of love. It's the difference between a slave obeying orders and a child honoring their parents. The religious leaders can't argue with Jesus' answer because he's quoted directly from their own scriptures. But more than that, his response reveals something profound about God's character. The God who gave 613 commandments isn't a cosmic micromanager trying to control every detail of human behavior. He's a loving father who wants relationship with his children. This moment changes everything. Jesus shows that authentic spirituality isn't about perfect rule-keeping. It's about cultivating love that transforms both heart and actions. When love for God fills your heart, obedience becomes natural, not burdensome. When love for others guides your choices, ethics become clear, not complicated. 2,000 years later, these words still echo. In a world obsessed with rules, regulations, and religious performance, Jesus' greatest commands offer something different. They offer a way of life built on love rather than law, relationship rather than religion, and grace rather than guilt. That's the revolutionary power of love distilled into its purest form. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Then hit the notification bell so you won't miss the new weekly videos.